All right, we're back with the grand finals. Ian and Patrick now have to take on their greatest adversary of all time, Turinturo and Firstkiller of Team Rogue. Ian first off the sidewall trying to get a block onto Turo. This is the winner's finals. Going to be a best of 3. Oh, man, that was a crazy save. That ball was 99% in. But they need many more saves to come. Ian,
oh my gosh.
Diving after that ball.
Look at the aggression here from Rogue. They are all over this blue half. And Patrick and Ian are having such a hard time getting out of their own box as well.
But wait, Ian's got a dribble here. He's all the way to the sky, pinching it off the ceiling. No follow-up, but Firstkiller is going to get that save from the backboard. Already an electric game. Oh, a pass attempt onto Turo flying in there would have been so sick.
Your Rogue are just so speedy. It's like Patrick and Ian are having some offensive pressure, but they exploded off their initial kickoff. I can't get over it. It was floating above the blue net for at least the first 30 seconds of the game.
Oh, into the rim. Is there anyone left to save it? Firstkiller was tying them both down as he falls down to the ground, holding people hostage. This dribble was so smooth, and that pinch very unexpected. Patrick knew the ball had to go straight down in order to score, but he didn't expect it to come back up after the rim.
Yeah, and then Firstkiller's sitting on Ian there.
You hate to see it. Into the corner. Ian's got to pass off the corner. Firstkiller's going to be on it first, though, and Patrick does what he can with a 50. But now suddenly Ian's on 0 boost and has to get this next save, and he almost gets bumped. It's just, man, Turo and Firstkiller's movements are just always so concise and, like, very, very efficient. Their takeoffs are just so perfect. But wait, Patrick's got a goal. Where did the defense go?
They both went for the same corner boost.
Of course. It goes to show that even at the highest level, you can still
Actually, no. I misspoke. Firstkiller went for the corner boost. Turo was upside down turtling and didn't have any traction, and
it was the rim.
ends up sliding over towards the same area as well.
Yeah, Turo had to deal with his own rim. He jumped and realized he was going to bang into it, so went back down to the ground. But here's Firstkiller, pretty much uncontested here, just laying it in. Are they getting more bumps again?
No, this was a great opportunity here from Ian off this friendship, but he's just not able to get the touch, and it's just a counterattack goal. Now, I know First knows how to do a friendship, but I think that he knows how to do the actual, which is a bit harder to pull off.
Right. And it's a little inconsistent, especially if you don't do it all the time. So you can see Firstkiller, his goal against friendship kickoffs is going to be just getting any extra height you can and forcing your opponent to go over you. So it's going to be on Patrick and Ian to line up a friendship kickoff play into a pass, but now we've got Firstkiller yet again scoring. He's just so accurate, man. Everything he touches is precisely where he means to. That's so crazy. He had like fractions of a second to respond to that touch from Ian, but still the car movement was perfection.
That ball was so far away from many defenders. Patrick's coming in from the same side that Ian was, and Firstkiller just puts it far side of the net. No one's getting
Wait a second. Oh, it's just out. Oh, the touch from Patrick is too high. There goes Ian. Both Firstkiller and Turo backing into the net. They're going forward and backward and forward and backward for each potential shot, and they're all tangled up together. This game is ridiculous.
What is happening in this game?
Man, I wish I knew. That's a really good angle, though, from Patrick, all things considered. He puts it right into the backboard, and both Turo and Firstkiller were staring at the backboard already. Suddenly, they're not going to be fast enough to get it. Patrick off the rim. Firstkiller is chasing Ian down. Nothing will result of it yet. Here's the floor pinch from Patrick, looking for the 50. Fakes it, actually.
Great patience.
Firstkiller's going to clear it over to the opposite wall. No demo onto Patrick. Somehow he escaped with his life. And now Ian has cleared it all the way back to orange side. Turo with the dribble. One more touch is going to drop that back to Firstkiller with the help of the rim. Patrick drops it. Here's Ian. That touch is way too far away. I appreciate he's trying to go as fast as he can, but you also need to hit that back into yourself. You got to be fast and accurate to compete with this Firstkiller and Turo team. But they're both on top of the ball. This could be Patrick's chance to strike back out, but Firstkiller sends him back into oblivion. Turo with the really accurate shot, saved away by Patrick. When did he get back? Ian's up for this. No block from him. Great spin from Patrick. Sends it forth.
Oh, Ian?
Ian's got it lifted. Patrick's up into the sky for this. Gets the touch right into the corner, and they've tied it up. This team might actually do it.
Yeah, Patrick just had way too much time and space to read this ball. A couple bounces. Patrick not being just one bounce, he's reading off the backboard and the ceiling. He knows exactly where that ball is. The defense is still trying to get that read. I think at that point, I believe it's just the knowledge of the hoops map that did Patrick all the favors there.
Firstkiller flicks forward. Look at this touch from Turo. I don't think the defense can get back in time. He just drops it into the net. Now
I was just talking about the extra knowledge that Ian and Patrick have from the hoops map from playing so much hoops a lot more frequently than these other guys. But these other guys just play more Rocket League. They're going to be a little faster, have a little bit more mechanical skill, and that's what Patrick and Ian are struggling so much with right now. If they can stay on top of that ball and not give Rogue the space they need to do all their mechanical shenanigans, they tied the game up not too long ago. They can do this.
That's true. I think ironically, where Patrick and Ian are falling short the most. Ooh, Ian needs one more touch. Holy save from Firstkiller. Patrick's not done yet. But I feel like where Ian and Patrick are faltering the most is ironically right after kickoff, where you would think, especially off of friendship kickoffs where they would be perceived to be the strongest, it's just like it turns into a 1v1 situation, and that's something that Firstkiller and Turo are very familiar with.
Well, here's the thing with friendship kickoffs. If you can do them, great. That's fantastic. But at such a high level that First and Turo are, you need to be able to follow it up. You need to make sure that you are not losing possession off that friendship. Because you pull off the friendship, both of you are on low resources. If your touch gets... If they can get control of your friendship kickoff and get control of that ball, they now have such a huge advantage. You need to make sure that one shot goes in. We saw earlier in the game, Turo first just had a counter tackle off a failed friendship opportunity from Patrick and Ian, where they had a great friendship. Ian had a chance to dunk it in, and just one missed shot, and it was just right the other way. They're not going. First and Turo are not going to miss their open nets.
That's such a savage dunk. I can't believe Firstkiller got the advantage of it. Now, it's something to be said that Ian was backwards, so he's not going to have the momentum he truly needs to clear that one to safety. But what a brutal dunk. How do you recover from that? Patrick? He tries to flick it going backwards, but instead lands it right at Turo's hand. Here comes Firstkiller. Keep that ball going, but Ian getting the better of it. He's got a lift up. Patrick is chasing it. Firstkiller's on it first. Doesn't have the touch, though. Turo bailing him out, sends it right back into Firstkiller's car. I feel like they're just having a time of it, Firstkiller and Turo are. They're just loving sending the passing plays back and forth between each other. It's almost like no matter what they do, there's just no consequences, right? It's just, unless they're tangled up into a situation where they don't know what to do, they just are dominating the court. Firstkiller with 4 goals and 5 saves, 13 shots. What the heck? That score is nasty.
That's quite a lot. Now, Turo is known for just randomly changing cards in the middle of the series for no perceptible reason, just because he's feeling it. So he was probably to come back with the Dominus.
Yeah, it seems like he's back, so I think we're ready to go. Now, on to game number 2. No, this is Ian versus Rogue. This is the winner's final. Best of 3 coming up.
No.
What?
No, he's back in... Was he in a Dominus before? No, he was in Octane. He's in Octane now again.
He had to switch to his other Octane. Ian looking for one more touch, but Firstkiller going to get the better of it. The winner of this is guaranteed at least 2nd place of this tournament. That is 30% of 600. I can't do that math.
Hashtag myself.
Yeah, someone do that for me. Firstkiller, though, he's got a great setup. Going to get blocked away by Patrick. Ian next, looking like he's trying to attempt the same air dribble, but Patrick isn't able to lift it up. He's going to need to retreat quickly here, as Turo is already on the attack. One of the things I like about the hoops map so much is since it's so small, you transition from defense to counterattack so rapidly, and here it is. Nice shot from Ian. If you're Firstkiller inside the net, not only is your camera doing a 360, but you have to read the backboard, and what Ian might pinch here, it's a disaster.
Now, what I'm confused about is Patrick was on this ball for, about half the game time so far. Someone challenged this dude.
Oh, you guys are right. 180, and first place is getting 360. All right, thanks, chat. The double tap from Ian. He almost perfectly read that rim. He was just a hair too low. It's crazy to think of that ball bounce so high. Here's Ian with a double touch. Dropping it back down to Patrick, and Patrick almost has it lifted around Turo. However, that is a move onto the net, and Turo's trying to get a bump onto Ian from the backboard. That shot is in. Patrick also on the backboard is not able to recover.
A little bit of a mechanical misplay from Patrick. I think he tried the half flip off the back wall onto the floor and then jump again to get it, but he just doesn't land, and his car is floundering around, and he's just a dead fish at that point.
You say mechanical misplay, I say positional misplay. I think if he was on the ground in that case, he would have had a much better opportunity to save it.
Oh, yeah. Not that it was impossible to recover the way he wanted to.
Well, that's a great clear.
Honestly, I would agree it's more of a positional misplay, but it ends up a mechanical misplay as a result of a positional. But alas, you're more right.
No touch from Turo. Back down to Patrick. He's backwards, though. Firstkiller, he can smell the blood in the water. He's going forward. However, Patrick recovered nicely. He even pinches it forward. Turo, with the help of the net, going to send it back out to mid. Both him and Firstkiller, they're just always on top of each other. I always feel like they're making some massive, like, positional misplay, but they always recover from it. I think it really has to do with which direction their cars are facing. They go back to back a lot, but never front to front. Firstkiller sends it forth. Turo trying to find the waterfall, but now bouncing it off the back wall too hard means it's going to go sway back the other direction. There's the clear from Firstkiller. Patrick with the shots, just a little wide, but Turo's going to go after it nonetheless.
Yeah, there's too much juice.
Yeah, there's the lift up from Patrick. No Ian in sight. Patrick again with the attempt. It's a little bit too low, I think. And Turo, regardless, is going to send that to the corner. The corner is easily the best place to play defense from.
Ceiling play.
Yeah.
Very creative here from Ian, doing the original definition of the ceiling shot.
Yeah, sending it right into the ceiling. Firstkiller jumping a little bit too early. Didn't quite see what was at stake until it was too late. That play is just timeless. It works so often.
Yeah, this is one of the things that's going to work so much better in the dunk house than on any soccer map. Playing off the ceiling, you have so much more floor space that counts as your goal zone, as compared to, well, 3v3 soccer. So if plays like that, shooting it off the wall, those, or I would expect more often than not, was going to catch soccer mains off guard.
To the sidewall, but that's both Ian and Patrick committed to it. Firstkiller's got a great advantage here. He double taps it off the backboard right outside to Turo. Now into the ceiling. Turo with the shot has gone a little bit too lobbed. Now in the corner. Firstkiller looking for a demo. Finds it. Patrick is waiting patiently underneath, but he goes a little bit too far forward, and that ball just skims into the rim. You hate to see it.
Patrick's just a bit too patient here, just waiting to see where this ball bounces off the rim. No, you can't wait for it to bounce off the rim. You need to hit that ball before it hits the rim. You need to get yourself behind that and clear that. Patrick just gave Turo all the time in the world to dunk this in.
Yeah, I think he maybe had a huge misread, expected that to bounce outward or maybe even inward. But, yeah, I think reading that in a timely fashion, Turo is going to be at a huge advantage in that regard because he's got nothing to lose, right? He knows the Firstkiller is going back to rotate behind him in case that Patrick does clang that all the way across the court. Oh, Firstkiller flying in to get the save off of Turo. He says,
he's got the whoops.
Out to Firstkiller. He's chasing it. He's got a couple of touches, looking for the 50 off of the rim. He's got it lobbed to Turo. Turo way high into the corner. He wants one more follow-up. Bouncing it back out to the middle. Here comes Firstkiller for the dunk. That team play, a classic give and go. Looks so solid. Yeah, that pass. I don't think Firstkiller could ask for a better pass. He was up into the air as soon as he saw where Turo was sending it.
Yeah. Looks like Ian was expecting Patrick to get that touch, and he starts trying to shadow this play. Then he has to hit the break and then make a pre-jump save. It's just a little bit too much for Ian to handle.
I think Patrick is trying some kickoff trickery. Hasn't resulted in anything yet. However, that tap from Firstkiller is going to buy Turo plenty of time to move around. Firstkiller's got it lifted. Patrick is already after it. Gets a touch, but it's not enough. Ian has to go in after it as well. Back out to the middle. Patrick's got it redirected around, and Turo is going to send it back to orange corner to safety. Here's the touch from Turo. A double tap to the backboard. Way high in blue corner. Patrick and Ian going to have to act fast. They've got 40 seconds to score a goal. I think where they're strongest is when they're setting up really low shots off of passes. But Firstkiller and Turo, when they've got the ball, they're just so dominating with it. What do you do against that? Firstkiller just flies after it, and you know he's never letting go.
I'm wondering what happened here with Patrick. I'm looking at his angle right now. Ah, okay. Fake high, go low. Classic.
The classic fake high, go low. For one, no one expected that pinch to go off Firstkiller and Turo, so that it's perfectly back into Firstkiller's hands. And for two, you have to expect Firstkiller to have more, right? It's Firstkiller, for crying out loud. He's been just dribbling this ball all the way across the court since game one. That pinch was huge, but Turo has a crazy redirect right to the front.
Oh, I just
Nothing
became
but
Santa Claus.
20 seconds, and it's all falling apart now for No, this is Ian in the last few moments of this game. We will certainly be following them into the lower bracket. Patrick off the back wall. Turo looking for a shot. Might have a double tap. Whoa, the redirect was so close, but just a little low. Ian trying to get vengeance for this game, but none to be had as Turo sends it, and Patrick is bumped. That is going to be Rogue taking the victory in game 2. They have secured a guaranteed second place and a very, very strong position in the bracket.